fourth time in the last 6 years that you guys have won the Pac-12 regular season title. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Well, it feels really good. I'm really, a lot of excitement in the locker room. The guys have, been through a lot, but, they really came together. I thought we were really connected that first half. Second half, I thought we gave up too many baskets, but, I really thought that our energy level was good. Our ball movement was good. We finished it off with some good threes, but really, really good effort, even on the boards after they kicked us last time. So that was a good stat, and I just thought we did a lot of good things.
How about Will Richardson's play? He had 17 in the first half, finished with 22. We talked about at pregame that he could be a real difference maker.
He was really good. I mean, I know the first half he hit shots, but just, getting guys set and moving the ball, he was really good. That was Will being really aggressive and really making some good plays.
Lastly for me, Coach, just overall shooting the ball. You got 15 threes. That has to feel pretty good. And when your offense clicking like that, going to be tough to beat down the stretch.
Well, we did shoot it well. Yeah, no doubt about it. But we're making good shots. I can only think 2 threes. I thought, man, I didn't like that one. The 23 threes we took, I liked, 21 of them. I thought the ball movement was good, and that's a number we should shoot. And they played a lot of zone. And so I thought our movement inside out was pretty good, and we got some pretty good looks.
All right, Coach, that's it for me. Congratulations again. I'll turn it over to everybody else, and safe travels back and safe travels out to Vegas. Congrats again on the victory.
Thanks.
All right, media, if you want to use the raise hand function to get in line to ask a question, we'll get started with James Creppy of the Oregonian.
Dana, to many on the outside, they'll look at this run and say it's as simple as you guys got healthy, and once Will's back in the lineup and Chris is back in the lineup and et cetera, that everything clicks real well. Obviously, that's a big part of it, but is it that simple that everybody got healthy and this is what a veteran team is capable of, or what really clicked here down the last month?
The healthy is the biggest part, James. Without Will running the show, I don't think we could have played as well as we did. I thought the last 3 games, Will really got aggressive and really showed what he could do. He had a great week, and without Will doing those things. So the health was the biggest part of it, but you hope you get better, and you hope you improve as a team. And, we've tightened our rotation. I think we've got to expand that, especially for the conference tournament. But I've got a little conservative here, just sticking with guys and playing the lead. But no, I like the direction we've been going. I think we're getting better. I think we're making great plays for each other offensively. I still want to see a little bit better connection on our rotations defensively. But we are making progress, James, and that's a big thing at this time of year. You can't be satisfied. You gotta keep getting better.
Matt Preem, 24/7 Sports.
Yeah, well, is there anything you can associate to Will's just performance the last 3 games? Is it, as Jamie said, just him getting healthy, or more time on the court getting through the rust?
Well, that's a big part of it, Matt. You take 9 weeks off. He was prepared to start the season. He injures that thumb on the 30th of November. We have surgery the day we open up against Missouri, December 2nd, and then you're out 9 weeks, and so there was some rust, there was some conditioning. But I think the biggest part is once he got a little feel going, he's gotten aggressive. A couple of those shots first half, I was like, wow. And then, he knocked it in. We were running a set one time and he just pulled back and shot it. So I like seeing him aggressive. And when a guy gets on a roll like that, he's 5 for 5, I think, the first half from 3. You just let him go.
Chris Hansen, register guard.
Yeah, Dana, following up on James's question, when you look back to January and kind of the lows that you guys were going through, were you just like, we just have to get healthy to get going, or were you concerned that there were bigger problems than just health at that point?
Well, both, Chris. I mean, when you don't practice for 8 or 9 days in the middle of the season twice, you just fall behind people. So, mine was lack of security. I mean, we're not practicing, we're not getting any better. We got to get on the floor. Our guys, we can't make progress, obviously not playing games, but not even practicing. And those 2 8-day, 9-day pauses, I was very concerned we'd fall so far behind that we wouldn't be able to catch up. And but in the back of my mind, I knew we had good players. I mean, I knew Will could do things. I've worked with him for 2 years. I know what he can do. I know how tough Eugene is. I know Chris, LJ, Eric, Chandler. So we knew we had parts. We just took so much time off there, Chris. I was just worried that we'd fall so far behind we couldn't catch up.
Julian Minnesota, KAZI.
Dana, the production you guys are getting from obviously your big guns in Eugene and LJ and Eric, did you expect to get what you're getting out of them when they transfer to this program, or are they exceeding your expectations, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm pleasantly surprised, or I knew they'd have good years because I thought they were really good players and they worked really hard. Eugene went through the surgery, but Eric had a great year last year working with our team. I knew they were good players, but you got to make sure they work in with your guys. There's got to be a connection. They got to buy into what we're doing. They got to give up parts of their game, for other guys. And, every group, every team's different. And you never know how guys are going to respond. And you just try to give them a consistent message. You just keep trying to talk to them and let them know that, this is a team game and this is what our team needs right now. And you came here to win. You came here to win hopefully a championship and go to the NCAA tournament, go a long way. This is what the coaching staff thinks you need to do. You need to give us for us to be able to accomplish that. And you just hope that they're unselfish and they agree with that. And that's what I've said over the years. We've just had good guys that, want to work with our staff and, listen and buy into, their role or what our team needs for us to be successful.
Adam Sussman, KWVA.
Coach, when you have big 7'1" Roman Silva, and especially in that second half in the 1-3-1 zone, with how hot your shooting was, were you just telling your guys keep kicking around, find those open looks, or were you trying to get him to move horizontally, move into the lane?
Well, we did spread the floor there a couple of times, trying to get him, to have to go out to the corners to guard. He was killing us on the offensive end. He went 5 for 6, on the floor. But we just thought defensively, if we got to the corners and went 5 wide, that they might have a little trouble, getting him out to the corner. And I think we hit a couple threes from the opposite side of our bench is where we were trying to get him to try to cover. And I can't remember who hit him. I think Chris might have hit one and Will might have hit one from that corner, but we hit a couple threes from that corner over there.
Jerry Thompson, Ducks Illustrated.
Yeah, congrats, Coach. You had some pressure on you there going in. 2 things: haven't beaten Oregon State in their court for a while, and then obviously you had to win the game to win the Pac-12 title. Did you sense the team was any different, or pretty confident, or how did it feel before the game started?
I was really honest with them, Jerry. I said, these guys are playing really well. They've won 3 games in a row. They've beaten us. I told them they've beaten us 3 years in a row over there. And, we're going to have to go. Wayne does a great job. I mean, that's a well-coached team. And Ethan Thompson's a tough matchup for anybody. Lucas can get it going. You know, so we knew coming in that it was going to be a tough game. You know, they beat USC here. You know, they beat Utah bad here. The next night we struggled with Utah. So our guys have a lot of respect for Oregon State. We knew it was going to be a tough game. You know, I told them to throw out the first one. You know, just that doesn't matter. Let's focus in on this game. But over at their place, they are tougher. They play a lot better at home, and we're going to have to be prepared, you know, to go in there and take it because they won't give it to us. And, you know, I thought our guys did a good job of focusing. We got off to a good start. You know, we led and you know, just kept kind of the pressure on them all game.
Nick Krupke, KPTV.
Dana, kind of obviously a strange world and a long way to get back to going to Vegas, where it was obviously halted last season. So how much do you embrace just getting back to the real March Madness feel and knowing that you get a chance to roll through it now?
Well, I'm excited about it, and I hope the guys are. You know, we love going to Vegas. You know, we've had a little success there. So, you know, we love going there, and we love playing the T-Mobile Arena. It's a beautiful arena. So, you know, Will was talking to the guys. Will was on a freshman on that team when we won 4 straight, and Will Johnson, Luke Osborne, they were on that team. They're telling the guys, you know, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's, you know, going there and the camaraderie and playing 3 games in a row. If you get that opportunity, you got to obviously one game at a time. You know, so it'll be fun. It won't be the same because usually, you know, all our families come in and you know, the guys are so happy to see their families and spend time with them. And I know some families are coming in, but we can't let our guys see them. You know, we're locked into our rooms and we're in a bubble, you know, so we're not going to let our guys see their parents, you know, which it's something we got to do. You know, we've got to stay healthy for the conference tournament, but we also got to give ourselves an opportunity in the NCAA tournament. So everybody's got to stay away from everybody. We got to keep reminding the guys all the time, be careful, be careful, be careful. And I hope they listen to me. I'm not sure they ever do, but I sure hope they do because, you know, we want to take our full team and go to Vegas, have a little fun. Again, we like the conference tournament. I know some coaches, hey, it's basketball, and it's basketball against your conference. I mean, everybody's there. You know, if your competitive juices don't rise a little bit when you got all the conference teams there, and you know, then you're not a competitor. So I like the conference tournaments, always have. You got plenty of time between that and the NCAA tournament. We got a whole week, you know, or 5 days to rest and get ready to play again. So I just want to go swing away and see what we can get done. And whatever we do, we just got to play well so we are ready for the following week.
Kate Rogerson, KZI.
Coach, when you look back on this season, do you think that the, I guess, extremities, the COVID, the pauses made your team closer? And if we didn't have it, would you be in this position? Would your team be as good as they are?
Oh, that's a tough question. You know, I think it has, Kate, you know, brought us together a little bit because, you know, we're all we got. You know, there are no movies, there are no parties. You know, you just stuck with the guys. You know, and you know, I've spent more time at home than I ever have. I can't recruit. You know, so I'm home every night, and you know, thank God for my granddaughter. She's made it really this whole last year bearable for my wife and I. Just having someone like that to spoil, but it's been a different year. But to answer your question, I have no idea where we'd be if we didn't. But I think you're right. The guys are a little bit closer because we're all we got. You know, we've spent a lot of time together because you can't spend time with anybody else. So I think that may have helped the connection between the guys.
Back to James Crepea, Oregonian.
On two guys specifically, you've spoken a lot about Will, but for him this week, closes the season with nearly 107 straight minutes in this week, Dana, and these are all, must wins for this. Even Peyton didn't have to do it under these circumstances, and when he did, he was a senior in more season condition than Will, where it's 9th, 10th, 11th game of the season for him. And for Chris, the way he's closed out here, he's in the running, obviously, for Conference Player of the Year and All-American. What can you say about the two of them here this last week and a half?
They were really good. They were, Gene was really good. Those guys were really good. LJ was good. We had a good week, James. The guys played hard. I think we've won 10 of 11. Is that right? I mean, we've come together. I mean, we had a bad showing and the guys were embarrassed. And I liked the way, they didn't push that off. They all took accountability. I was upset with myself. I was upset with, the team. We weren't ready. We didn't play. But the accountability they took and to come back and, must win 5 games in a row, whatever it was. And 3 of them on the road. I thought the guys did a great job.
2 more for you, Coach. Back to Matt Cream, 24/7 Sports.
Dana, you've coached 3 other players that have won Player of the Year honors. Chris is going to be up for that award this year. Do you feel like his play has warranted him to become your 4th player? Or is there things that you've seen from him that have him in that discussion?
Well, there's a lot of good players in the league, and obviously I'm very biased. But what he's done for our team, through the COVID, through the injuries, he's been the one consistent. He's been the one guy, he and Eugene, that have been there every night. And I think they're both all conference players, and Will would have been if he would have played, but they probably won't consider him because he only played less than half the season, and I understand that. But again, every coach has great feelings for their players, and I think Chris should win it. But again, that's everybody else's decision, but that's the way I feel about it. There's a lot of good players in the league, and I don't want to take anything away from them, but I am biased because I worked with Chris every day, and I know how much he meant to our team. And so he meant as much as Joe did or Dylan. We've been really fortunate to have guys that have carried us, and Chris did a good job of that for us this year.
Last one. We'll end with Warren Williamson.
Hey, Coach. I think this team is at its best when you have excellent ball movement, as you had tonight, and when you have that really tough zone press. Is it that simple for this team? Is that the key as you head into tournament time?
Well, offensively, ball movement is critical. I think we have a lot of guys who can score, and finding a weakness with ball movement is really important. When the ball sticks and we just start dribbling, those possessions usually don't work out nearly as well as the ones where the ball barely hits the floor. And or if it does hit the floor, it's to make a play for somebody by driving and kicking. So I think ball movement's important. Defensively, we got to tighten up a lot of things. But I think our best defense percentage-wise has been, the 3-quarter press and then back into our zone. For the season, definitely it's been the best. We got to change some things up a little bit. I think teams get comfortable when we stay in it too long. And, we're not a good enough pitcher just to throw one pitch. We're going to have to throw some other pitches, to get guys off balance. And we stuck with the zone tonight just because we had the double-figure lead. But, Tony was in my ear saying, if they get this under 10, we got to switch something up. And I think they might have got it under 10 one time, but, we stayed with the zone until they got it under 10. And if they would have got it under 10, we were going to switch some things up.
All right, Coach, that's all we got for you. Thanks for taking the time. Congrats on the win and another Pac-12 championship.
Thank you. Thank you.